Okay, so this is part one of my jail story. So it was Friday, it was like 7 p.m. I was drinking at home, but I wanted to go to the store to get another six pack. And my boyfriend didn't want to go, so he's like, "Will you go if you don't feel like going?" And I was like, "No, come with me." He didn't want to come, so and he was like, "Maybe you shouldn't go, whatever." And I still went. And when I got in the car, I couldn't reverse because there's a car behind me. That was already like a sign, and I already had like a feeling when I was inside, like that I shouldn't go. But my drunk self, well, I wasn't drunk. I was just being stubborn. Okay, so I tried to reverse. This car was in the way. I had to like take forever to get out of there. If I would have got out of there quick, I probably wouldn't have got stopped. But I left the apartment and I was at the stop sign, and when I was at the stop sign, I seen like this big ass truck behind me. It was coming fast, and I was like, fuck, like what the fuck? Why is this motherfucker like driving so fast? And I just kept going. It left me alone, but then when I got to the stop sign by the Shell, it turned on its lights, and I was like, fuck, and I kept going, and then I turned into some apartments, and I was on the street, and then like she was honking at me, so I thought like, oh, okay, like it's not for me, so I drove in, and then I parked in those apartments, and in those apartments, that's when she got behind me, and she came to the car, and she's like, I guess she smelled the beer. She was like, can you get off the vehicle for me, please, ma'am? And I was like, oh, am I going to jail? Am I under arrest? She was like, can you just get off the car, please? So I got off the car, and I had a cigarette I was about to smoke. I asked her if I could smoke, and she was like, no. I was like, okay. So she puts me in the back of her car, truck, whatever you call it. It's fucking high. I had to like jump to get up there. And she was like asking me for my name and stuff, and I gave it to her, and she couldn't find me. She asked me if I had a license. I was like, yes, but I, you know, I don't know if it's expired or what. So she looks up my name. I told her, like, am I going to jail? Like, she asked me what was I doing. I said I was going to go to Kroger to get a cake for my little girl. And then I was going to go home. And, after that. And so this is part two. So I was going to go to the Kroger, I told her. And I asked her, like, if someone could pick up the car. Because I already, like, had a feeling, like I was going to go to jail, And she was like, who can pick it up? Does somebody live close by? I said, yes, my mom. And she's like, okay, I'll let's see first. So let me check something first, and I'll let you know. No, I said, can my mom pick me up and the car? Because I didn't think I was going to go to jail. There you go. I remember. Sorry, I'm kind of like trying to remember everything. But so she was like, hold on, I'll let you call. I'll let you call in a minute, right? I was like, okay, because if not, they're gonna tow the car. And I was like, somebody can pick me up. Like, I just kept telling her that. She's like, okay, who? And I was like, just told her, my mom. And all of a sudden, she's like, uh-oh. I was like, what? She's like, I need you to get off the truck really quick. And I was like, okay. She's like, put your hands behind your back. And I'm like, what? I'm going to jail? She's like, yes, ma'am, you have 6 warrants. I was like, 6 warrants? I was like, from where? She was like, well, ma'am, you didn't pay your tickets. You have 6 warrants, open warrants. I was like, I started crying. I was like, please don't take me, please. She's like, I have to. I have no choice. I have to take you. You have 6 warrants. She's like, if you want to call your mom to come get your car, call her now. So I just shut up, and I was like, okay, whatever. She gave me my phone, called my mom, and I was like, mom, come. Well, I called my mom. She didn't answer. I called my daughter. She answered, and I was like, give grandma the phone. I'm going to jail. She's like, what? You're going to jail? I was like, yes, hurry, give her the phone. She's like, okay, Grandma, here. It's like, hello. She's like, well, what happened? I said, come over here to the Rock Creek Apartments and come get my car, because if not, they're gonna tow it. She's like, okay. Where? I said, right there, the first office. Okay. She's like, okay, I'm going. And I hung up. She took the phone. She didn't give it back. She's like, can I call my husband? She's like, nope. She's like, I'll call him for you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, there was another cop there. She told that cop to wait there until my mom showed up to pick up the car. That was very nice of them. I really appreciate that, because I know there's some cops that would have been like, we're towing your car. And another thing, she asked me how many beers I had. Well, I forgot about that part. She had told me I smelled like beer, and she's like, you smell like beer. How many have you had? And I said, I had one beer. And I was being honest. I had like 1 or 2 beers. I was not drunk. She's like, well, you don't look drunk. This is part 3. So she was like, you don't look drunk. She was like, so I'm just taking you in for tickets, and you should be out in the morning. And I was like, but I've never been to jail. Please don't take me. Like, I have bad anxiety, blah, blah, blah. I was crying like a baby. Yes, I was. I was scared. I felt alone. You know, if it was you, you would probably feel how I felt. And then I was kind of tipsy, you know, so like, I don't know. So the reason I got stopped was because my brake light was out in the back. Also, my stickers are expired, but it was dark. She couldn't see that. The reason she stopped me was because my brake light was out. So I need to get that fixed. But anyways, she left the car there with that other cop. And on the way, I was just crying the whole way. And then I calmed down, and then I was like, did they get the car? She's like, he's gonna let me know right now, ma'am. Calm down, relax. And I'm like, relax, I'm going to jail. Are you serious? It's my little girl's birthday. You know, they were having a party for my daughter, but I was not gonna go anywhere. I don't know why. It just went somewhere. Like, oh, before all of that, before I got stopped and all that, the tire was flat. That was another sign. That was another sign for me not to fucking go nowhere. And I did. I went so they could put air, and I came back. And it didn't get flat, like, at all. And then today it's flat. But anyways, I put the air, and I came home. But she took me downtown, and we got there, and the handcuff was so tight that I was bruised on one arm. Y'all go over there. Go. It's only 3 minutes of video, so this is gonna have to go on YouTube. But anyways, the handcuffs were on me, and they took me in. We parked there at the police station. She got me off, and they searched me and everything, like patted me down, and they asked me if I had drugs, blah blah. She had already asked me that before. I told her no, which I didn't have drugs or anything. So I was patted down or whatever, and then they took me to sit down, and then they took me to medical so they could check me. My blood pressure was super high. I was shaking. I couldn't breathe. I was having a panic attack. Then I calmed down. I was okay. I had to wait to be called to go upstairs. 3 hours later, or 4, I was called upstairs to another place where you sit. You can't sleep. There's no bed. There's no cell. There's just a bunch of people. Women on one side, men on one side. Or whatever. I got lost track. So I got upstairs. While I was downstairs, I was really to myself because I was really like upset. I didn't talk about that part. I need to talk about that part. I just sat there and just looked at the cops. They kept bringing people in, and there was this lady, and she was like, y'all stole my food stamps. Y'all stole my food stamps. I used to be a cop. I'ma press charges. I used to be a cop. They killed all them babies. They killed all them babies. Like, it was funny, just the way I was saying it. That's how she was saying it. And she kept saying, He went in there. I didn't even have any money, not even 50 cents. He stole my food stamps. He stole my food stamps. It was funny. And she kept going on and on about the same thing, that the cops killed a cop and I don't know where, and that they stole her food stamps and they broke into her house, stole her stuff. She kept saying she went to school and she was a cop, blah blah blah. It was funny. But I gotta finish the story another time. But I ended up making, like, talking to people, other women. They're like friends. Like, we made friends, like, to pass the time, you know. There was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 girls that I was talking to in there, and they're cool, you know. And anyway, they ended up putting that crazy lady in a cell because she wouldn't shut up. So I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to get the hell up out of there. So I went upstairs. When I went upstairs, there was more females that I talked to up there. The same ones, and some were different. And they called me quick. Like, they did my fingerprints. I had court at 2 in the morning, like a real courtroom. They told me that I was clear and I was going to go home. It took forever to get downstairs. It was just crazy. So I went in at 7, got out at 7 in the morning, or 8 in the morning. I got out. If I could remember anything else, I'll tell y'all. Oh, there's this guy. He had like 2 different shoes on. This little lady walked in, and everybody was like, "Ah, nah!" But like, it got so loud. I was on the phone with my daughter. The only one that answered my calls was my daughter. So, anyways, I called. The first person I wanted to call was my husband, but he was knocked the fuck out because he was drunk. Like, he drank bottle, he drank beer, and I'm sure he bought more. By the time I got upstairs, it was like 1 in the morning or 2. I don't know. But he didn't answer. I called my daughter. They let me write down her number and stuff when I first got there. And she's the only one who was with me through the whole thing. Like, answered my calls. I don't know what I would have done without her. I wouldn't have even gotten home if it wasn't for her. Like, she convinced my mom to get me a lift for when I got out or whatever, which I have to pay her back. When I got out, it was cold. I had like a little skimpy sweater, and the Lyft driver was lost. I had to walk like a block to another building so he could actually pick me up. So she had to cancel and then get another Lyft, which was the same guy. And he picked me up, took me home, man. It was the best feeling ever. I was starving. I was thirsty. Anyways, this is the paperwork. I have 6 of these. And it says State of Texas versus San Juanita and all that. I can't show you the rest. But offense, expired registration. Offense, fail to maintain financial responsibility. Offense, no driver's license. Offense, fail to control speed. Offense, fail to maintain financial responsibility. Offense, no driver's license. I have a driver's license, but it's expired because they suspended it, I think, because I didn't pay my tickets. But maybe now I can get my license back. I don't know. But anyways, the whole time I was there, it was just a situation, like the cops yelling at people, and a cop like got on this guy, and that guy was like defending himself, and like it was crazy. Like, but some cops are nice and some of them treat you like shit. So you don't want to be there. But yep, that's my story. And I ended up talking to my husband like at 6 a.m. He woke up and I told him I'll be home on a lift. I'm very upset that you didn't answer, but The reason he was so tired is because he works at 4 in the morning, from 4 to 1, sometimes till 2. So anyways, that's it.